Hello YouTube chess lovers, welcome back to the Chess Catalyst. In today's video, I'm going to talk all about sacrifices. So one of the greatest things that gives a chess player joy is when you sacrifice a piece and you end up winning the game. But then most times people don't actually understand the concept behind sacrifices and they just maybe sacrifice, they feel okay sacrificing a piece just looks cool and they end up losing. This is one mistake I also made when starting out chess. So in this video I'm going to cover the most common type of sacrifices we have and explain what led to the ideas, and by the end of this video you are going to have the basic knowledge you need to make sacrifices. So stick to the end of this video to learn more. So the first sacrifice on the list is the preventive sacrifice. This is a sacrifice done to prevent your opponent from achieving a specific goal, and most times this goal is castling. This is a game that Stanis played where he sacrificed a piece to stop his opponent from castling. So we have the Gocho piano. At this point, the bishop is being attacked, but Steinitz ignores the bishop and plays bishop to a3, controlling this long diagonal, and his bishop was taken. He brought his rook to e1 and has activated his rook, and he has not yet castled. If you notice, and his pieces are activated. So it is kind of a good position for those of you who like to attack, even though he's a piece down. So you can try this out once and see how it goes. The next sacrifice on the list is what I call the line clearance sacrifice. This is when you make a sacrifice to open a specific line or file for yourself. So this is from the French defense. A very common sacrifice from the French defense, whereby white sacrifices a pawn to open this file for his rook. And most times if black castles this way, you already have an open file, and then you can just pile up your pieces and go for an attack. You can castle queen side, bring out your pieces and go for an attack. So this is one sacrifice you need to know. Sacrifices you make so that you can open a file for yourself. So this is the line clearance sacrifice. The next sacrifice on the list is what I call the positional sacrifice. So this is a sacrifice done mostly to give a particular square to an active piece. So it's kind of like the square clearance sacrifice. This is a game which I'll just go through quickly. At this point, black plays e3, and what he did was to clear this square for the knight, and white took the pawn, black took back, white took back, and black put his knight on e4. And this knight is very active because it can't be chased away by any other pawn. So this knight is presently strong, and that is what the positional sacrifice is all about. Even though black is a pawn down, but now he has this open diagonal for his queen, and he can open up the position since he's castled already, and there's great attacking chances. And the next sacrifice is also a positional sacrifice. So in this position is white to move, and mind you, white is actually losing, but I just wanted you to understand the main concept behind this sacrifice. So most people would just capture the bishop with the knight, but in this position you can actually capture it with the rook. Once the pawn take, you now take, and this knight is a monster. It can't be attacked by any other pawn, and there's no bishop to chase it away. So like I said, at this position white is actually losing. But then I just wanted you to understand how you could sometimes use a more valuable piece to capture a least valuable piece just to place your knight in a particular square. The next on the list is the exchange sacrifice. So this is when you capture a less valuable piece with a more valuable piece. So this is a game from the night of one of my games from the Sicilian night of, where all this we are played till I reached this situation. And at this point, one of the move I played was to capture the knight with my rook. And one of the characteristics of this knight of is that most times it's known for its tactics. And when white captured back, I brought my rook to c8, already eyeing the pawn. White defended, and I pushed my pawn to a5, and I went to win the game because of the weaknesses around the white king, and white ended up losing the game. So what I want you to understand in this game is that at this point, this rook on f8 is actually useless. So I can capture this knight because this knight is an active piece. So once I capture this knight, I then bring my useless rook and make it useful. That is just what you need to know. Because if you are always thinking of value of the pieces, sometimes if your rook is not actually doing anything, at that point that rook is worth less than a pawn. So you need to have that in mind. Sometimes the value of a piece depends on how active or useful that piece is. So I'm just giving you a tip for when to know when you should sacrifice the exchange. So this will be all for this video. There are other types of sacrifices. We have the deflection and decoy sacrifice and other sacrifices, but I just showed most sacrifices that occur in most games. So if you would like a further breakdown on these sacrifices, just like this video and comment so that I should know if I should continue this video. So depending on the likes I get, I might make more videos like this and cover the different type of sacrifices we have. So that'll be all for this video. Make sure you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and click that notification bell and the subscribe button, and share the video so that others will also learn from it. Thank you very much. See you next time, and keep playing chess.